Oh, hi ladies. It's election day. And I wanted to come on here to give you guys a really great little life hack that I use to help you to just feel more at peace, feel more at ease, feel if you are feeling burnt out or stressed or unsure or nervous. This is a really, really great tool to just help you ground and center. And I think, a lot of us today are on pins and needles, anxious, nervous, just kind of waiting for this big day to be over so that we can all get on with our lives. And it's important to check our mental health and our psyche in this time and make sure that, one, we're surrounding ourselves with good people, and two, that we're also taking that time to just check our thoughts and check our mindset. Hi, Valerie. Good to see you on here. And so the biggest thing, first off, that I wanted to share with you guys is this is a tool. I actually did it this morning. I had such a beautiful morning. I went down by the river. I brought my coffee down to the river at sunrise, and I just sat and I used this tool, and it was able to help me just be able to calm myself, calm my mind, calm my thoughts and everything, and just recenter into the truest me. Because I think, a lot of times, I know for me, when I wake up, my mind's already running a mile a minute. And so for me, it's important to make sure that I'm clicking back into my highest alignment of self. And to do that, I have to actually be very intentional about not just running into my day, right? And so give me some likes or thumbs up if this is you as well, right? It's so easy to just get caught up into jumping into the day and getting started on all the to-do lists. But then we are halfway through the day and we're feeling kind of disjointed, and we're like, oh God, why do I feel, right? And it's because we actually never took that time to recenter, reground into ourselves. And so this morning I was feeling a little bit out of my body, right? I was just feeling a little bit not really aligned. And so I went down to the river, had my coffee, and the tool that I use that I want to share with you is using the voice note app on your phone and using it as your own coach, and actually being your own coach in any moment, in any time that you just need a little bit of a voice pick-me-up, right? Because sometimes if we want to call a girlfriend, we want to call a family member, we want to call one of our coaches, right? They're not available all the time. And so this is a really, really great tool to use to help self-soothe and self-coach yourself. So for me, what I do is I just turn on my phone onto the voice note, and I start out by just connecting to myself as I am in my mind, in the going anxious feelings, right? And I just start talking it out. I say, oh gosh, Teal, blah, 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 blah. This is happening and that's going on, and I don't know about this, and I'm concerned about that. And then once I'm able to get all of that out, then I will pause and I'll just let myself just kind of sit there and just feel it and just notice. Okay. I got all that off my chest, right? And then I shift over, and sometimes I'll even shift the phone to the other hand, and I'll really connect into that essence of my highest self. And I'll say, what is it that Teal, the truest, most high-value queen version of myself, what would she say back to this other side of myself? And I would re-coach myself through it and talk myself through it. And it's beautiful because it's almost like connecting to when you're talking to a girlfriend, right? And imagining this other person that you just spoke yourself as to be a girlfriend. And now you get to come into it and say, oh, Teal, I hear you, and I totally understand why you're feeling this way, right? And you get to really just speak to your own self as if you were speaking to your best girlfriend. But instead of it being someone else on the other line, it's you on the other line, right? And there's something about voice note recording, whether you're doing it on Voxer or you're just putting it on your voice note app. There's something about having it be recording that actually makes it feel really real. It makes it feel like you're actually listening, or someone's listening to you. Valerie says, great self-compassion. Yes, definitely. And that is something that's important, right? Is the making sure that we are cultivating and encouraging that self-compassion for ourselves, because we are our own worst critic here in this crazy world. And so it allows you to self-soothe, it allows you to bring in that compassion, and it allows you to actually be able to sometimes work through those blocks because it's giving you a different perspective. right? So I'm just going to be super open and vulnerable and share a little bit about like what I was processing through and coaching through with myself. I was recognizing that I sometimes feel a weird disconnect when I come onto lives where I feel like I need to be some sort of character, or I feel like I need to show up in a certain way, like super energetic or super like, hello, blah, 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 right? Because that's what I just see in the world and on social media is people doing that. And I'm recognizing there's so many different aspects of my personality, and I want to be able to show all those aspects. But I don't think I was actually letting myself feel comfortable to open up and show all those aspects. The aspects of me being really silly and playful, the parts of me being super introspective and spiritual and woo, right? The parts of me just being just kind of more grounded and mellow. And I didn't think that I actually was giving myself permission to show up in all those kinds of ways. I hate even saying that, right? I hate seeing that. Hi, Christina. Yeah, I hate saying this because it's like, damn it, I'm just admitting this. But here's the other huge breakthrough that I had come through. It was like, okay, here I am trying to teach about being authentic, right? About showing up for men, showing up for yourself in being the most authentic version of yourself. So why is there a block around this, right? Because it's you ladies. I can totally be authentic. I feel like I can be authentic, but there's something about a screen and a camera and being on video that I'm still trying to get comfortable with, of like just allowing myself to just be me. Because I will tell you, there was a specific moment. I remember feeling this way when I was dating as well, and feeling like, I don't really feel 100% like I can be myself around men, right? I feel like I need to put on kind of the same kind of thing, some kind of showy perspective or personality type that men are gonna like. It's very similar to how I felt like I needed to show up on social media as well, as this specific type of energy or personality. And then I realized when I was in the dating world, I was just like, I can't do this anymore, right? Like I just can't try and be someone that I'm not. I just have to own being who I am and say, here I am, guys. Hi, nice to meet you. If you don't like it, leave, right? And it's like, well, of course, that's what I need to do with each of you as well. If you don't like it, you can leave, and that's completely okay. And there's so much love to you for that. But giving ourselves the permission to actually show up and be ourselves is the scariest thing. And I may have gotten to do it and gotten over that with guys, but for some reason I've been finding and facing that same resistance when it comes to showing up with live streams, which is why I'm doing it more. And I guess I just am going to announce this so that I can actually hold myself accountable to it, but I want to show up every single day in the month of November. Don't know what I'm going to say every day, but I'm going to show up every single day in the month of November and say hi to you guys. Oh, yay, you like it. You like seeing me on here. Okay. Well, then good. I appreciate that. Valerie says we get used to wearing a mask. Ooh, oh my God. Okay, I'm totally going to talk about that on one of my other live streams because it's really prevalent with like the fact that we actually have to wear masks right now. The masks on the external and the masks on the internal. But yeah, I guess it's just me admitting to myself, admitting to each of you that we're all working it out, right? We're all going through it. And I guess I was afraid that if I truly showed up as being me, not being put together, saying whatever I feel, showing up whenever I want, that I would seem less professional, that I would lose respect, right? That I needed to portray some sort of essence so that women would like me, right? So that women would want to listen to me. And I think that that's completely normal and understandable. And I'm practicing that self-compassion as well within myself. But I'm also just like, but I don't want to be anyone else but myself, right? Hi, Lana. Hi, Christina. Yeah, I don't want to be anybody else but myself. And when I'm coaching women, I am so powerful. And when I can connect with you and really be me, I am so goddamn powerful. And that's the thing, right? It's when we're with men, when we're on social media, when we're trying to be with girlfriends, it's like, hi, Shaima. When we start actually choosing to stand in our power, it's almost more scary than trying to just pretend to be the mask, right? It's like when we start saying, you know what, I'm going to stand in and own my power, and I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be present, and I'm just going to like, whoo, here I am world, that is freaking scary because we are so afraid of being rejected. So I feel it just as much as every single one of you guys feel it. And I just want you to know that if I can do it and be this leader for this world and show up here and be a leader, you guys can show up with your loves, with your dating profiles, right? And show up and truly own that presence within yourself. Wow, God, this is like becoming such a great conversation, even though I wasn't planning it. So going back to the tool from the beginning, right? If any of you guys are feeling a little bit like, ugh, any weirdness, any tension, anything that you just want to talk through, really, I really encourage you to use this tool. Pull out your phone, put it on voice note, and just talk to yourself. And you can even put it up to your ear. That helps sometimes. Like, I'll be taking walks, and that way, you know, it doesn't look like I'm a total crazy person, but whatever. Practicing complete, unabashed self-love, right? Just talking to yourself on the phone, changing hands so that you can be changing the different personality perspectives of yourself and love those different parts of yourself. The one that's feeling icky and weird and needs guidance, and the one that is the beautiful coach and compassionate, loving, highest version of yourself. And really see if you can find that beautiful balance of being able to actually self-soothe and coach yourself through these moments that you feel stuck in. It's really, really powerful. I will tell you, this was like one of the biggest tools that I used to have one of my biggest breakthroughs when I was in Venice. I remember it perfectly. We were like midway through our travels, and I was so afraid to even tell the world and tell myself that I was a love and relationship coach. And there was so much blockages coming through, right? Like, I did not want to, like, people say, oh, what do you do for a living? And I'm like, I'm a life coach, right? It's like, no, I'm so much more than just a life coach. But I was so afraid to own that. And I was able to come to the understandings and the realizations of why there was so much blockages about that through doing this voice noting coaching back and forth to myself. You're welcome, Christina. Yeah, definitely use it. And I think from that, even today, I'm having this realization again. Like, I'm tired of trying to put on a facade for you ladies. And I know you guys are probably like, I don't know what you're talking about, Teal. I see you're fine. But like, it's the internal stuff. It's the internal dialogue, the questioning all the time, right? The needing to show up in a perfect way. And I'm just done with it all. Because I'm so much more fun to be around when I can just be myself. So that's my tool for today. I also wanted to let you guys know that, okay, so I'm committing to a month of live streams, so that's exciting, and who knows what we're going to talk about, but I tend to channel things when I'm just allowing myself to open and turn off the brain. So we'll have some really juicy stuff to do live streams on. And then also, I've been really giving myself some powerful time in the mornings for the last week or two, to just really do some deep thinking and deep working. And I am I'm pulling together something so new, so exciting. It's going to be happening at the end of November, so I'll just be kind of like talking about it over time, but stay tuned. But it has to do with something I'm calling the Ladies Love Lounge. And yeah, I'm just going to leave that with you for now, the Ladies Love Lounge. And really, really excited to be kind of putting this out there to each of you and giving you guys a little bit more of a personal access to me. So I will leave you with that for today. If anyone would like to follow up with me on anything, oh, hi, Nibby. Nibby just joined on too. Thank you, Nibby. I appreciate that. Loving your vulnerability. Yeah, vulnerability is really, really tough. It's tough for me too. And I speak about it, and it's so funny because I feel really good about being vulnerable around men. It's like, oh yeah, I got that down. I know how to just like hook, line, and sink them in, right? But there's something now that's coming through around using these same tools and principles to actually build a community and really connect. Right? To really, really connect. And I know how powerful vulnerability is, but it's still so goddamn scary. Because at the end of the day, we just want to feel seen and heard for who we are. And I think, especially in standing into really, I mean, I have big visions, ladies, like big visions. Relax into Love it's going big places. And that's scary. That's really scary when you know you're meant for really, really big things. And I'm already doing big things, but just knowing like this is not it. Like this is just the beginning. It starts being really, really scary to start going, crap, then that means I have to keep evolving, right? I already think I'm a great woman, but I got to keep evolving, which means I got to keep coming up against my own inner limits and my inner glass ceilings. And I can coach myself all day long on it, but at the end of the day, it's still doing the actions on it, right? And part of the actions is just being here and showing up and being vulnerable and being authentic and facing all those fears, facing the fears of failure, facing the fears of success, right? And facing all the other fears that go into that. So yeah, you are not alone in all of that, but I'm hoping that by me being a little bit more honest and open and I don't know, just playing with different kinds of facets of my personality on different days, that I can inspire each of you as well to really be able to connect into those parts of yourself. And I would love to just, give you guys this little nugget for thinking right now of just thinking about, what are the different elements of your personality style? Right? What are all the different facets that make you you? Because this is something that, okay, we're going off on another tangent today too. This is something that just bugs the crap out of me. I used to work for Uber in San Francisco. Great company, treated me really well. One of their mottos and one of their core values was be yourself. And I, for the life of me, could never actually understand what that meant. And ironically, I never felt like I could be myself at Uber. I felt like I had to fit into a very corporate mold. And now that I'm running my own company, it's just like, oh, finally. But now I'm still struggling with being myself, right? It's just a silly, weird thing. But this core value of being yourself, I think what I've been really sitting with is just recognizing that we don't have to be any specific thing. We get to be all the things. We get to be so many different parts of ourselves, and all of them are being ourselves, right? So yesterday I was wearing my cheetah dress, and I have not allowed myself to buy anything cheetah print because it just felt too loud and too out there and too like, oh my gosh, right? And now I'm like, no, forget that. I'm gonna wear a cheetah dress and I'm gonna rock it because it's fun, right? Or today I'm wearing this like flowy pink little onesie and I'm just like, ooh, that's really cool, right? Other days I'm talking about dressing, but like different like flows of the personality. So I think for me, I've got probably so many facets of my personality, but there's the silly side, there's the spiritual side, there's the badass side, the don't mess with me, right? So many different aspects. So I would ask each of you to really think about, and even comment down below. I would love to know, like, what are some of your different aspects of yourself? What are the themes and the qualities and the personality traits that you really own? Because I think the more that we can start to recognize what those personality traits are, the more we can own them. And the more we own them, the more we're really expressing all the different aspects of ourself, right? And when we start expressing all the different aspects of ourself, that's when we are truly being ourself, right? And when we're truly being ourself, that's when other people go, whoa, who's that, right? Because so many people are afraid of being themselves or don't feel like those little weird parts about themselves are okay. And I think that's very magnetic when we can see it, we can own it, and we can just be it, right? And so that's what I'm going to keep practicing. So for all my ladies on here live, Valerie, Christina, Chima, Lana, Nivi, Sarah, I would love for you guys to write down in the comments and share with me, what are some aspects of your personality that you love? And these can be the ones that you kind of use on the day-to-day, or ones that are kind of more like ones you hide and only pull out for certain people. I'll tell you, one of the ones that I love is my sex kitten. Oh yeah. Spence loves the sex kitten. That one comes out fully strong, and it just brings me into this just like, ooh, very alluring, mysterious kind of goddess essence, and I love it. And men just eat it up, right? But it took me a really long time to even connect into that essence within myself. And gosh, then there's the playful, goofy side, which I feel like I don't really show much online about. And I want to start bringing more of my playful side, because the world needs more lightness, and it needs more airy fluffiness, fluffing out kind of some of the heaviness, right? So I'm going to start bringing in some more playful side. I'm going to bring some more cheetah side in. I think it's actually more of a jaguar than a cheetah, but they're very similar. And then, of course, the badass, don't mess with me kind of essence as well, because we all need some good strength and power and a good kick in the pants too. And that's one of the things that I really love about the way that I coach. You know, I'm loving, but I'm also going to really hold you accountable, just smack you in the face if you need a good smack in the face. So anyways, thanks for all being here, ladies. Thanks for joining in the conversation, and thanks for just cheering me on in my journey of self-growth and development. And I hope that we can all be on this journey together. And I will continue to seed these beautiful little whisperings of what I'm building in the background, and just stay tuned for the end of November, because it's gonna be legit. So hope you guys have a great day. Try to take some time today to just ground yourself for the election. We're going to be okay. Whatever happens, it's going to happen. It's going to be okay. We cannot control the things that are out of our control, so we can just do the best to control the things that are in our control, right? Hi, Erin. Oh, just jumping on, but we're just finishing up. But yeah, sending you guys so much love today, as always. Mwah. Reach out if any of this hits home for you. Happy to chat with you further. Talk soon, ladies.